according to Ayurveda, what are some tips to keep the mind healthy?
Well, it's very important that we have to understand this system. This is the most important. If you want to keep this system healthy, you have to understand. It's very simple. Like any gadget you have a mobile phone, you have a computer, you have a car. If you want to keep the car running, properly, you must understand a little bit about the car. If you don't know anything about the car, then it's going to be a problem. So we must understand, and understand not only about your heart, kidneys, liver and all the physical parts, but also understand what is mind, what is intellect, what is ego, what is chitta, what is soul. This is Ayurveda, how Ayurveda explains every small part of the human system. And then it's very easy after that. Nothing is complicated. It's so easy that you can try to do some things for the physical body, so physical body remains clean. You do something for the senses, maybe wash your senses, clean your senses. You do something for the mind, so mind becomes quiet and calm. You may do some meditation to keep the chitta very, peaceful. And also, you feed the soul, nourish the soul, which is the real you. So, I have created actually a program. It's a daily routine program, very simple program. It's called Jivananda. And you asked that what is the simplest way. This is the way that every morning you can practice this Jivananda, and you can actually charge your body, mind, soul, everything is charged. It's like you charge your mobile phone every day for half an hour at least. So same way, half an hour you must charge this whole system before you go out to work. The problem with us in this modern age is that we are using this system continuously, working with it at all levels, mental level, physical level, sensual level. We are using the energy, but we're not charging it. We're not replacing it. So that's why we have a low battery. Like when you use your phone and you don't charge it, the battery will die out. So many people are in that state. Their battery is already died, and they're just miserable. They can't function. They cannot think. They cannot take a decision. They cannot work at that subtle level. They can't discriminate. Intelligence doesn't work. Ego is all messed up. Ego is in the wrong place. And the subconscious is filled with so much of this garbage, so much of viruses. So we have to understand this. The solution is very simple. Every day we must clean up. Every day we must touch all these things. Check those things. Like before you leave your house, you usually check the car, the oil and the water and everything. You check. Everything is fine. So you move on. If there is if you see something is less, you fill the tank or you charge something. It's the same thing. This is the car I use every day. I must take care. I must take this car also to the garage. We have a garage also in Ayurveda. We have Panchakarma centers where you can come and we wash you, we clean you, and we make you like, again, you become fresh and clean, and you go out and work there. So always remember that don't just keep working. Also try to charge yourself, relax, take a break. Life is fun, they say. Life is to enjoy, not to suffer.
Okay, so that's interesting. So when you talk about stress, a lot of psychotherapists face a lot of stress in their job. What would you say an Ayurvedic viewpoint would be on how to manage their daily stress?
See, first of all, it sounds a little bit contradictory. A psychotherapist should not have stress, because he's the one or she's the one who is actually trying to help people who have stress. So if I'm sick myself, how can I heal others? It doesn't sound really very, logical. It's not rational. But I agree with you. I have seen many people who are so-called, even doctors and psychotherapists, and they have a lot of stress, they have a lot of mental issues, they have a lot of emotional problems. So this means again that I'm not practicing myself many of the things maybe which I am advising to others. When I am advising a solution to a patient who is suffering from depression, I'm advising every day to a patient suffering from bipolar disease or, schizophrenia or any disease. We're dealing with so many patients every day as psychotherapists, and we're helping them. So why can't we help ourselves? This means maybe we are not doing those things which we are telling others. So first of all, we must practice what we preach. This is very, very important. And then coming back to again, I also feel in the modern psychotherapy also, definitely we need to integrate some of these Ayurvedic things that I'm talking about, like Jivananda, a very nice program. Everybody should do it. Every psychotherapist should practice Jivananda every day. It's a very nice program. A lot of people in the world are doing it already. I have taught it in many countries. People come back to me, they say this is very simple. It really helps us at all different levels. But most important is we must take care of ourselves. It is very important. I know that psychotherapists, they really face a lot of problem because sometimes when you are dealing with patients who are in miserable condition, they are completely traumatized and psychologically all messed up. So it's like you feel a little bit sad. Of course, when you connect to the patient, you hear their stories, when you see the things going on in their life, so it affects your system. But that's what I'm trying to say, that if you keep your system strong, if you practice things every day, then you can protect yourself. Because that energy of the patient should not create imbalance in your energy system. If it is affecting you, which I see very often, that means I'm not taking care of myself properly. And it is very important to take care of yourself first before you take care of anybody else. It's like in the aeroplane, they tell you, first put on your mask and then help the others. So this is very important, because if I'm not healthy, then how can I help others?
So it sounds like from what you're saying is that psychotherapists, we take care of maybe one part of ourselves, like our body, but we're not so good at taking care of maybe our mind or our soul. And it sounds like that's an important part too.
Yeah, of course. I mean, a psychotherapist is the one who deals with the mind. So they should first of all take care of their mind, and then physical body also is important. But if you are just doing physical things to keep yourself healthy, it's not enough. You have to go into the mind. You have to understand what is healthy mind. You have to understand how I keep my mind more strong, more stable, more calm, more peaceful, more happy. And then you will be more successful in your practice also. You will be able to. Sometimes a person who is happy, calm and peaceful in the mind, just being with that person makes you feel happy. And vice versa. If the person is very disturbed and agitated and unhappy and negative, so that energy will affect you also. So it's very important for the psychotherapists and people who deal with the mind to keep the mind quiet and calm and happy.
One more question. What is the Ayurvedic view on suicide?
Suicide, according to Ayurveda, we believe in Ayurveda is that we are souls and soul is eternal. Soul never dies. But you asked the question that what's going on. Definitely when a person takes his life, when he commits suicide, this means that he is under so much pressure from whatever may be the reason, that he doesn't want to live anymore and he can't handle it anymore. So from Ayurvedic perspective, very important, if some person is suicidal, we work at different levels. We try to understand where is the problem and how big is the problem, and we go accordingly. We work at all levels. We have physical treatments, we have like Shirodhara, we have like Nasya, we have many physical treatments. We have some nice herbs in Ayurveda that help the brain and the nervous system, make it more strong, make it more functional, make it more positive. Then we work at the mind level. At the mind level, we call it Sattva Vajay. I told you it's the enhancing the Sattva, which is the power of clarity, the power to be more calm and relaxed, the quality which makes my mind more clean, pure, calm. It can think clear. Then they can understand that actually by killing myself, I'm not going to solve the problem. This is not the solution. The solution will be to actually treat the cause of the problem, wherever the cause is. Because in Ayurveda, you asked me how do we deal in Ayurveda, I never die, I can kill my body, but I don't die, and all my so-called actions, karmas, are going with me. So I may have to still suffer or, get the reaction of those karmas even in the next life. So from Ayurvedic angle, we don't think that's a solution. We try to first of all find out what is the problem and then treat the problem. This is how we do. And definitely counseling plays a very important role, and this education about soul is very important when you are suicidal. I had a patient, she was suicidal, and she came to me and in a very miserable condition. Whole nervous system was broken completely. She could not even walk properly because she could not even balance her body. And I did first physical treatments. We did some, massages and some Shirodhara and all the physical. So she felt a little bit more calm and relaxed. And then I was talking to her, because sometimes when these people, it's very difficult to talk to them. You can't just say, okay, in the first place, okay, you are soul, you are not going to die. No, it doesn't. They don't understand, because they're in that state of complete tamas, confusion. They have no clarity. Everything is dark, ignorant. They don't see any light. That's why they commit suicide. So anyway, after a few days of treatment, of course, I was talking to her. Then 2 weeks later, she was in my clinic for 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks, I was able to bring her to that level that now we are talking about soul. Wow. And then she knew about soul a little bit. And she also knew that soul never dies, So then I asked her that, then whom are you trying to kill? You will never die. You're just killing your body. And she understood through some discussions, counseling. And after that, she became quite positive about living, And she was actually good. She could walk. She could, things become better, So, see, the problems are sometimes very small and, not very difficult. But the real thing is that we don't understand the problems. And we have just one protocol. Okay, this is the medicine you have to take. This is some tablet you have to take. So that's okay to maybe calm down and to make you feel little relaxed. But we still have to find out where is the problem, what is the problem, and find a solution for that. This is Ayurveda. In Ayurveda, this is how we work. We're always looking for the root cause of the problem.
Thank you very much for your time, Dr. Chauhan. You provided a lot of interesting insight for us on the Ayurvedic viewpoint of the mind. And we hope you'll join us again in the future to learn more about Ayurveda and the mind. Namaste.